George was very keen to get up there and put his point forward. No one's ever won 5 on the trot as a teenager.
So he's very stressed from the get-go, and we are all there to enjoy his comments on the radio.
Yeah. She gets out
full swing
with Chloe, her sister, and they walk up the jetty onto the Red Bull platform.
Yep. Okay, this is what you signed up for. When you have a headline that Max Verstappen leaves the race while there's 35 laps to go, that goes well. Let's do a Destructors Championship.
Destructors, not constructors.
So the Monaco Grand Prix turned out to be the most exciting one of the season.
And we're going to dissect it for you right now. Where were you watching the race?
As always in the media center, but boy, what an event is this. Where are we now actually?
We're on the Explorer 1 cruise ship and it is spectacular. I'm going to get to that shortly. But I watched all that comings and goings from the end of pit lane. We were waiting to go out for my podium. And I could see Arvid Lindblad standing there. And then next thing you know, George is racing up some stairs. I'm thinking, what's up there? That was the stewards, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the stewards' room, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, why is he going up? I thought he was going up for a wee.
No, he wasn't.
No.
But a lot of drivers had to go there.
Yes. And I saw the doctor get out of their car, the medical car, and also go up the top there. He wasn't going up to see the stewards.
No, what was he doing then?
I don't know. I think he was going up for a wee. But yeah, George was very keen to get up there and put his point forward because I don't think he was too happy with the way things panned out, was he?
No, I don't think so. But we come to that later. First, tell the people where we are, Kim, because our view is stunning. We're literally looking at the harbor.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't show you guys because the music on that side is way too loud with all the parties going on there.
It's crazy. But
while we're working, to mention that,
there are many Formula One people staying on this cruise ship. It's like a hotel that is just moored inside the harbour. Yeah. It is a 4-minute walk for me to the paddock. I ran it in 2 minutes.
For the record, I'm not staying here. Kim does. But it's quite impressive, I have to say.
How much did you pay for 3 drinks at a nightclub the other night?
190 euros? That's robbery, isn't it?
That's not even right.
That is very much wrong. And I tell you that, at Cipriani, it's a famous restaurant here in Monaco, fixed prices, 750 euros for one dinner.
Do you reckon there's any margin in that for them? Because here on board this ship,
slightly maybe, yeah,
which a lot of F1 people are staying on, of course, once you're paid, and it's expensive, don't get me wrong, it is expensive, but once you've paid for it, everything's included, your meals, your drinks, and it's top shelf stuff.
Yeah, so I had a dinner here with Kim, and I was surprised. I said, where are the prices on this menu?
Yeah, and the funny thing is,
it's all inclusive.
When you don't see pricing, you don't know what to order, because pricing gives you an idea of what is very good.
Yeah.
But suddenly you don't have that guide.
Yeah. Well, it is a crazy 5 days, isn't it, here in Monaco?
For me, it's unbelievable workload. I've got this to do for another 26 minutes.
Something like that, yeah.
Then I've got my video to do. Then I have to go to sleep quickly, wake up early, catch a shuttle to the airport, and then head to Madrid for a video I'm doing there.
Yeah. Yeah, it is quite stressful on a Sunday, I have to say. I finished my article. I was rushing to the cruise ship, and now I'm sitting here with Kim.
But there is no sympathy or empathy really for you watching because you're relaxed. We're working our backsides off. Max Verstappen today.
Well, he got home early.
And he's staying just over there.
Yeah, literally, we're looking at his apartment from here right now.
I reckon that's a good wood and a 5-iron from here.
He literally sees the track from his balcony. So I'm not sure if once he got home, because we still had 35 laps to go or something. I don't think he necessarily watched the race. I think he grabbed a few gin and tonics and enjoyed himself with the company he was in. But yeah, he was fed up with the fact that that car was not coming out of the starting grid.
Yeah, he had no power unit. He had a battery unit, which
you could already tell from the sighting lab, like this is not right. Something's off with the car. And then yeah, it's a shame because he had a good qualifying on Saturday.
I shot from turn 1. And I shoot all the cars coming through, and then I go to look at my pictures. Oh, here's another one coming. Yeah, that's not coming out of the pit lane.
But when you're standing there, you know that Kimi and Max are in front row.
Yeah.
Do you notice from the get-go, like, hey, there's a car not coming from his position?
No, I didn't notice that at all. All I look for when I see the coming to turn 1 is which is in front. Because I'm expecting Ferrari to have overtaken him. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
So radio, Kimi goes through, Ferraris go through, and then I, as I said, am surprised that he toddles through at a leisurely pace at the end of the field.
Yeah. A sad story for him. Great story for Kimi Antonelli. Again, 5th victory in a row.
What a marvellous young fellow he is.
Where does this end?
Well, it's a world record. No one's ever won 5 on the trot as a teenager. No one's won 4. No one's won 3.
Yeah.
No one's won. Every race, he extends that record.
He breaks another record. Yeah, it's quite remarkable what he's doing. And also, what amazes me the most is we had a red flag, so we need to do a restart. He knows Lewis Hamilton is there in a blinding quick Ferrari because they get quick off the line big time this year. And he keeps his head cool, and he's the first in turn 1 again.
He's just
hats off to Kimi.
He's an absolute gem. And what I loved was that Toto was on the podium.
Yeah.
And he showed his emotion. And we both work with Toto. I know him. I know him a little bit. I know him well enough to speak to. He's a really powerful man.
He's a powerful man indeed, yes.
But he showed his soft side today, I think, on the podium, giving him a hug. And he also gave Lewis a hug too, which was nice because obviously they worked together for a long time. It was a lovely thing to see.
Didn't we had a great podium today?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I thought Gasly was going to be on there. I thought that would be crazy.
Yeah, that would
great
be good.
For Isaac.
But I would say, Isaac Hadjar did a great job because he was having problems with the car from the first lap. And you know what I like about him? He is very unfiltered, so he's very stressed from the get-go, and we are all there to enjoy his comments on the radio.
Well, I can tell you afterwards, I followed his mother back, and I took some pictures of her, and she goes, no, Kim, I haven't got any lipstick on.
Oh, really?
I said, no, you need to celebrate this moment. This is a great moment for Isaac, or Isaac if you're French.
Yeah. No, that was an awesome moment, and I felt a bit sad for Kimi. If you were watching it from home, all the attention was there for one person in particular, and she wasn't on the podium.
You're talking about Kim?
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian, yes. She finally made her entrance here in the Formula 1 paddock.
Yeah.
And what a way to do it.
Well, first day was Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the story. I get the heads up from a photographer from a team, and he says, Kim's in the bay, in the harbour here. We think she's coming to the track. Then I get another heads up, right, it's going to be at 12. It's going to be out on the Red Bull jetty, the landing plate.
Yeah.
So I get out there and there's maybe 5 or 6 photographers. But as the session started at 12:30, a few of those guys left 3 of us waiting. And then she came in this rather interesting little vessel here with a front door that opens up. And there she is.
Yeah.
She gets out
full swing
with Chloe, her sister. And they walk up the jetty onto the Red Bull platform.
Yep.
And they walk all the way back to the Paddock Club, and they go up to Paddock Club.
Yep.
And I was one of 3 photographers to get it, so it was pretty cool for me.
So, obviously, she comes in and she thinks about what she's going to wear to the race. How do you rate her outfit?
No, how do you rate her? How do you rate her outfit?
I didn't mind it, to be honest.
Yeah.
We are in Monaco, and everything is quite chic and fancy. I wouldn't necessarily call that fancy what she's wearing. Well,
that was my biggest post of the weekend.
I can imagine.
41,000 likes, a reach of 1.4 million people.
Yeah.
The comments, maybe 400 of them, 380, savage.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why is that? Is that jealousy?
Very, very sad people. Oh, that's it. I'm unfollowing you. And because whenever I see that, I say, well, look, I'll help you out. I'll block you because I don't want to upset anyone.
Yeah.
And if you're upset by that, that's fine. And they're also upset today by Donald Trump Jr.
What did he do?
Well,
he wasn't even here.
He was here.
Oh, was he here?
He was here in the paddock.
Oh,
I photographed him 3 times. He smiled every time. I have nothing to do with US politics, but some people I spoke to, I saw Donald Trump Jr. Oh, we hate him. Well, I don't know about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kim was big news for F1. Yeah. They would have been delighted. She hasn't posted anything on her Instagram.
But the whole world did.
Yeah. And I keep thinking, there's 350 people hated it. But 42,000 liked it. So should I be worried? No, I should not be worried.
Not at all.
No.
And the thing I like about the most is that she's here and that Lewis actually performs while she's here, while they are getting all this attention.
Did you think she might distract him?
Well, clearly not.
Well, a lot of people are saying, it's going to distract Lewis, but
He outqualified Charles in his own Monaco.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's good.
Yeah, and he had a lot of support there at the track today. But once again...
And he got a lot of support from his team, because what were they doing with that double stacking?
Oh, they mucked it up deluxe, didn't they?
Well, they mucked up the race of Charles. Obviously,
Yeah.
he made a mistake by himself after, but at some point I was like, so he extended his contract with Ferrari. He gained some extra millions, I think.
Yep.
But then also today I thought about, okay, this is what you signed up for, you know, that the team is keep effing it up
Yeah.
like every single time. He had to serve a time penalty, 5 seconds. Okay, that's up to Lewis, because he did a mistake himself. He was speeding in the pit lane.
Yep.
Charles didn't do a mistake. So when you call your driver in to serve that time penalty, you might as well leave Charles out, because he deserves to become second then.
Well, I was in pit lane.
No, why is Charles listening?
I don't know.
Why is he
I
listening?
Don't know. Should he be just saying no?
Of course. Well, listen.
Would Max
call
do
me
that?
biased. Oh, for sure. 100%.
Do you think Max? Do you think Charles is perhaps too
He
compliant?
Yeah, and the problem is, we saw the footage after that he was, yelling, shouting, and whatever, that he was not happy. We saw there was a camera on his face.
Yep.
And then, as soon as he comes in front of the TV pen, like the TV crew and everything, he's very easy going on the team again. And I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Huh. It's
Slam your fist on the table or something.
It's crazy.
Enough is enough.
But I wish I could show. In fact, this is what we're looking at right now.
It's unbelievable.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little quick. I'm going to spin this.
I wouldn't do that.
No,
to be honest. I wouldn't do that.
I was
Well,
going to
you
spin
can try, but
let's try it. Come on, let me spin that around there.
yeah, let's do it. Why not?
That's what we see.
A little bit to the left, then I think. That's right.
Yeah. That is one of the great hotels of the world up there, Jackie. That is phenomenal. The fact that won't be in focus because I've got that focused on us.
Let me turn this
You'll
Yeah,
just
there
have to
we
wear
are
the
again.
fact that was out of focus. But you'll get the idea. This is absolute luxury, and there's nothing like this race.
Yeah.
And in my video tonight, I talked about people savaging Monaco. Oh, I'm not watching it. It's a parade. It's a disgrace.
Well, they aren't wrong for like 90% of the races, but this one was...
Yeah, and those
This
people...
one was chaotic. There was a lot going on in this race.
Those people saying, oh, I'm not going to watch this. I reckon halfway through that race, their mates would be messaging them, oh, you're watching the race. It's crazy.
I think a lot of people watched this race today.
I hope so, because this is a blue ribboned event. Not blue ribbon, blue ribboned.
It is a crazy event. It is good that we only stay here for 5 days, because otherwise it would be bankrupt, that's for sure.
At 190 euros
also,
for 3 drinks.
It is also kind of a weird vibe. It is full I've never seen this amount of in the whole city. You know.
I don't go out. I don't see what you see, but it is a very social scene.
I wouldn't
here.
call it going out. It's networking, what we do.
It is. Because
you do a lot of networking as a journalist.
Yes, that's how you come to get your stories.
That's
right?
how we get our stories. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get any stories this week?
Well, my story was partly about Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
And I just saw the numbers on the website. They are going extremely well. And yeah, obviously, when you have a headline that Max Verstappen leaves the race while there's 35 laps to go, that goes well.
I couldn't help think when you told me, because I didn't find that out until we had dinner tonight. I was photographing Kimi Räikkönen. He was in the paddock with his youngsters today.
Yeah.
Just some average shots anyway. But of course, he's legendary for leaving the track and not going back
and then hopping on that yacht.
Oh, wouldn't that have been lovely to see Max do that?
Yeah, well, that here is some footage of him.
It's not far away
on the balcony with a gin and tonic, and
it's what is it?
Smoking
it would
a
be
cigar or something.
It would be a kilometre.
Yeah,
not even.
I think it's from there to there. That's less than 500 meters with the boat. From the harbour to there, that's less than 500 meters.
And we photographed some stuff on Friday there with this building in the background. And it is impressive.
Yeah, it is an impressive building, yeah. It's new, It's a new part of Monaco.
It wasn't there last year.
No.
In fact, that's on reclaimed land.
Yeah.
Sorry. Nico Hulkenberg? Ah.
Fix Auto. The first words that should come to mind after an accident.
Nice to know you have my back and my bumper.
So what I'd like to talk about, Kim, is the racing bulls today. They had a phenomenal day.
Yeah, and I spoke to a journalist from New Zealand, a photographer, sorry, and I said, is there much interest in Liam in New Zealand? And he said, yeah, but there's a lot of knockers saying, oh, he's not the best, he's not fantastic. I tell you what, he's pretty darn good.
Yeah, he did a good job today, I think. He did, well, I would say he did a phenomenal job, finishing 5th with the racing bulls.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Obviously, there was a lot of, like George, for instance. He had a drive-through penalty. God, he must hate his life at the moment. Poor George. I remember him finishing first in Australia. Yeah, well, everybody was complaining about cars and clipping and super clipping and coasting. Mm-hmm. First company mail. I love this car. I love this engine. I doubt how. That's not the same anymore.
Well, I think he still likes the car because it's clearly a quick car.
I don't think he likes that car at all at the moment.
Really?
Yeah. He's not even close to Kimi at the moment.
But it's not the car, surely.
What is it then? Is it his confidence? Is it his mojo?
I think it is.
Yeah?
I think it is his confidence.
We should ask him once. Maybe
yeah.
he can come on the podcast. And,
yeah, he's unlikely to do that. But I did have Gabriel Bortoletto on a video last night, and he's a marvellous young man.
You did a lot this week.
I did a crazy
How many yards did you do?
It's been 14 hours a day. And I'm on this ship, and my wife's here with me.
Yeah.
And she spends
She's
all
lovely.
day. I married her. She doesn't get off the ship. She just spends the whole day
Well,
here,
listen, if I was at
swanning
this
around.
ship, I would do the same.
Yeah.
Like, I would send someone else to the media center and do all the
Today,
work.
one of the managers of a team principal came up to me. Kim, I've got to have a chat with you. I won't say the name, would X be happy on here? Should I put him on here? I said, you must put him on here.
Yeah.
He will, because there's already a number of F1 people on board.
Yeah.
But he said,
That's lovely.
Is he going to get pestered and bothered by fans? No. They're all very cashed up finance brokers and tradesmen and plumbers and just really nice people.
Yeah, I know. This weekend, Kim, there has been a crazy lot of crashes.
Yes.
Big time.
Yeah, and I say this in my video tonight, that because I interviewed Damon Hill during the week, and I said, the lack of overtaking, is that a problem? He said, well, here, when you make a little error, it costs you your session or your race or your qualifying.
Yeah.
You make a little error at COTA and you lose a tenth, maybe half a second. So that's why
That's the charm of this race.
That's exactly right. This is so demanding,
unforgiving,
and precise, and I love that about it. And I watch those cars, seeing how close they get to the barriers at Swimming Pool and Neville Chicane, and it's a real thrill.
The fact that we had so many crashes this weekend made me think that we should do a segment about crashing cars
and what it costs.
Let's do a Destructors Championship.
Destructors.
Yeah.
Not constructors.
Yeah, and we found a partner to do it in the right way with Fix Network, because that's what they do. They fix cars. Isaac had a big one.
Yes.
Big shunt, 600,000.
Right.
US.
And then he comes back and qualifies 5th, was it?
Yeah, and then finishes 3rd, but 600,000. I think he's leading the championship at the moment.
Is he?
Yeah. The tables are on screen now. But listen, they are already. Red Bull Racing already is above 2 million US.
For damages.
Yeah.
And that comes out of their cost cap, right?
Yeah. What about Oliver Berman? He had a big one in Japan. He had a big one this weekend.
Yep.
They're also way above 1 million.
It is a lot of money.
And then we're only 5 races ahead.
You know, I spoke to Callum Ilott after he crashed a Ferrari in a testing session once. And he said to me, I race F2 and I pay for the damages. And the F2 teams are more savage on me when I crash a car that I have to pay for than the F1 teams are that they pay for.
Yeah.
Right, let's look at these figures here. But you know what? That's pocket money to these teams. And they know. Well, I think so. They know they're going to have to. You race, you crash.
You think they have any struggles with going to a club and pay 70 euros for a drink?
They're not paying a cent for a drink at a club. A driver gets it all for nothing. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, well, we won't be there. That I know for sure.
No.
What was your highlight of the weekend, Kim?
My start picture was good. I was hoping for a bit of biffo at the first turn, but
Yep.
never happened.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of crashes in all the other classes, like Formula 2, Formula 3,
Yep.
Porsche Cup. A lot of crashes.
But they're not as good at drivers as the F1
It's
guys.
true. But in the end, we had some chaos with a crashing Lance Stroll, crashing Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
We had
But
Carlos Sainz out of the race.
But standing at the end of the day, waiting for the race to restart, and the first time I've ever seen these cards used, 5 minutes, 3 minutes,
Yep.
1 minute,
Yep.
15 seconds. I knew they existed, but I can't remember ever see them being used, and it's a very simple way of alerting the teams and
Yep.
drivers as to how close they are.
Yeah.
But it was fascinating watching it. I wish I'd been further down. I would have got some stunning shots, but I was a bit too far back.
I felt for Checo today.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was about to score his first point
I
with
know.
Cadillac.
Yeah.
That's outrageous. Scoring a point in that car, which is a wreck of a car. It's not a good car.
No, and they're struggling.
They're struggling big time. But then there's Checo who's stepping up every single weekend. He keeps amazing me. I always said when he was Max Verstappen's teammate that Checo is a proper driver. But you don't want to be in that seat next to Max.
Yeah, and I think our Mexican audience will love to hear this.
Yeah, well, and then he had this problem with the starting procedure.
Tell me about that. I haven't seen that.
Well, the first mistake he did at the original start, he was in the wrong spot because of Bortoleto. Yeah,
See,
he started from Bortoletto's spot.
I've come from the track and haven't watched the highlights yet, so
Yeah.
I'm thankful to you for giving me this insight.
Yeah, well, he started in Bortoletto's spot, so he got a penalty for that. And then on the second start, he was in the right spot this time, but he slid a little bit too far.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well,
that's very harsh. But because of that, Fernando Alonso scored a point in Aston Martin.
well done, Fernando, because he's had a terrible run.
Yeah.
I went down to Cadillac after the race in pit lane, and I'm looking for some signs of excitement. I didn't see anything. I saw Khalil Perez's manager talking with Dan and Cassidy Tauris. But I was looking for some exuberance, but maybe they knew what was going on.
Yeah, well, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I think so. You could tell already that this was not going well.
Phil Collins' daughter was with us this weekend.
Lily,
I didn't get a picture of her, so I don't know what we're
Emily
talking
in
about.
Paris, Emily in Monaco.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Big fan. Big fan.
Well, they were filming a segment on Thursday at the track for
Was
an
that-
episode.
Really?
Yes, these pictures are evidence.
You see, that's your territory.
What's it?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know your stuff when it comes to that.
She could not be an F1 driver because she has a very thin neck.
Yeah.
That's
That's not the only thing that's very thin.
Well, she's a very slim lady.
Yeah.
But who doesn't love Phil Collins? Doo-dum, 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 dum, dum, dum.
What about that grid today, Kim? That was utter chaos, wasn't it?
You'll have to tell us, because I cut my losses and thinking I've got to get a turn one shot, and if I hang around on the grid, there'll be no spots left on this very tiny tower. So I didn't even go to the grid.
Yeah, well, I wanted to be there because obviously I wanted to see Kim Kardashian and her sister Chloe.
Yeah.
And
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I made a video which we are not allowed to show, unfortunately. But
Yes.
I got a lot of comments on Instagram,
Right.
and normally, like, no one responds to whatever I put up, and now all of my friends, all of a sudden, they're like, "Oh my God, that's Kim Kardashian."
Not Kim Illman.
Not Kim Illman, no. A lot of Kims this weekend. Kimmy,
Yeah.
Kim.
Yeah. But look, I have...
But that grid is chaos. There's so many people, and it's gonna be more and more because you saw that Paddock Club building.
Yes.
Apparently, it cost 10 million to put it there.
Yep.
What
3
is it?
stories high.
3 stories.
Had to knock
Next
down a
year-
school.
You had to knock down a school
Yep.
to extend the pit
Yep.
lane of the paddock.
Yep.
Apparently, they're gonna add another story next year. And I also heard stories that they're gonna build something new in the harbor, in the water, to store another 5,000 celebrities or VIPs or whatever it's called.
Well, Monaco had to make some changes because they were becoming a little dated,
Yep.
too small,
Yep.
and whilst I sometimes get distracted by these comments, oh, we hate this race, it's no overtaking, it's a different race.
Is that people who say I hate this race? Is that people who not come to Monaco, don't have the money maybe?
I
to
don't
come
know,
here?
but there's certainly,
It
well,
must be a bit of jealousy because I,
don't know.
feel very privileged to be here every year.
yeah, so do I. It is a really special place,
Yeah.
especially when you're staying in well, in Beausoleil, but you can walk to the track.
Yeah, I can walk to the track. As I said, I feel very privileged to do so. Yeah.
Even though we're running out of light, but still, with this good camera, they can still see us.
That's a good camera indeed. Yeah. Well, we can.
What are we up to?
We can do another minute or so.
Another minute.
Yeah. Is there anything left that's coming out of the chest?
I'm going to Madrid to do a video about the circuit. I want to do a video about this new circuit that they're constructing. And I've contacted them 3 times, and they don't respond.
Why is that?
I don't know. It'll be a good video. It'll get 200, 400, 500,000 views. But you can do it whether you get access or you can do it outside.
Speaking of views, I saw your video about drivers' yachts.
Yeah. Gone crazy.
That went through the roof, didn't that?
But you know, I knew that it would go like that because last year's was huge.
I know.
It's done 400,000 odd in a couple of days because people love to see this crazy driver lifestyle. And it is not for the normal person. This is complete over-the-top stuff that some people hate, but I think most people say, good on you.
Yeah, well.
You put a lot of work into doing this sport. You take your risks, and these are your rewards.
So as a journalist, I can say that we are invited for quite a few events during the weekend.
And you say yes to almost all of them.
As much as I can, yes. But it is a good experience. And a few years ago, I've never been on a yacht, and now I do like 2 or 3 yachts in a weekend.
And even a ship.
A ship, a proper one this time.
I'll see your yacht and raise you a ship.
Well, I'm very thankful, Kim. Thank you for doing that.
And thank you to Explorer One for having us on board.
And I think we're going to have to wrap it up because it's getting dark here.
Yeah. So, well done to Monaco for putting on such a great race. Congratulations to Kimmy for winning and for us for enduring 5 grueling days, or 4 for you.
We survived it once again.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And remember, guys,
if it happens in the paddock, you'll hear about it here on Paddock Access.